how tall is your car? That's a good question. And it's hard to figure out the answer. When I was teaching and my class had a Hunter alignment rack or 4-post lift and the $30,000 computer that went with the alignment system, they had little things you could stick on the fender. And for some cars, but every car was different. 2-wheel drive, square body Chevys, there was a spot, it told you before you did the alignment to go inside where the lower control arm sits and measure a certain spot. BMWs, you were supposed to measure from the bottom lip of the wheel to the fender. That was your height measurement. Of course, with BMWs, you also had to have 150 pounds in the driver's seat, 150 pounds in the passenger seat, I think 150 in the back, and then 60 pounds in the trunk. And at least to have a 3/4 tank of fuel. Otherwise, you couldn't do an alignment. Anyway, Miata. My car when I got it was on with 260 some odd thousand miles. I think it was the stock shocks and springs. The bump stops in the shocks were gone. The little rubber cushion there. Hit a bump, boom, it hurt. It was solid. And the shocks didn't really shock. They just flowed, bounced. But the car had these mud guards on here. And you can see it's, good hand width above the floor. And you can also see the bottom of these. They're rubbed raw because they've been shaved by me taking corners. Go into a corner too hard, especially with the stock shocks, and they would rub. Quick turn in, under braking especially, or anytime, just quick turn in, and it would rub. Mostly on the driver's side, but this side too, as you can see by the marks there. When I painted the car, because my son told it 8 years ago, yeah, I put them back on. I live on a dirt road. And when I got I call them Xidas, Xida shocks, coil springs, adjustable height and adjustable dampening. 949 Racing makes them. I call them Xidas, Xida. I've heard people call it Xidas. I don't know how to say it. In my head, I say it Xida. So if I'm wrong, 949 Racing, I apologize. Please tell me how to say them. The 949 adjustable shocks. How about that? I got their website pulled up. I put them on with their wheels, and I tried to set the ride height. Again, bottom of the wheel to here. That's great if you have the same size wheels on every car. These, however, are bigger than the stock wheels. So going from here to there, change wheels, different measurement. Going from the middle of the wheel to the fender is probably very precise. However, where's the middle of the wheel? If you're down to millimeters, where's the middle of the wheel? Can you hold it? Can you look at a tape measure and tell for sure what you're at? That is why, especially with the Spec Miata racing people, most people that sell parts for Miatas recommend pinch weld right here, which is the little spot where the body is welded together, pinched and then welded, spot welded at the factory, and there's a little cutout there for the jack to go for picking it up. And you use the pinch weld. Now, I did this. I have a metric and standard tape measure, and doing this and looking at it, it's close to a 148, 149, maybe 150 millimeters. And at home, that's why I did it in my classroom. I set these things up, the Xidas up on it. I decided, I live on a dirt road still, but I don't drive this car, or the paint's gotten so beat up, I don't care if it gets rock chips on it or not anymore, because I got to repaint it because I backed into a fence quite some time ago and had to paint another finish panel for the rear and do some other body work, so I'm not worried about rock chips or mud on the paint. So I pulled the mud guards, rock guards off. So now I can lower the car. And I have an alignment rack to be able to make it right once I get done doing that. I got to measure the pinch weld. On the 949 Racing, so you can see that. Yeah. 949 Racing, they say the front should be 110 to 130 millimeters, and the rear should be 130 to 135 millimeter pinch weld height. Well, I just showed with the tape measure, I'm around 150. So I'm 20 millimeters too tall in the front, and I've learned a compass for machining. This was my granddad's, this is Starrett. If I set this to go right between the thing and the pinch weld, if it's more than 150 millimeters, I can use this to, say we're starting at 5. Hey, 150 millimeters. But when it gets smaller, I can use, again, this is where it's supposed to be. Look at the end. This end waving up here is supposed to be this long. I got a ways to take the thing down. And I'm going to do that. But I want to talk about pinch weld height because there are certain topics on the internet for every vehicle. For the 715 or older closed knuckle front axle Jeeps, some websites, you write the words knuckle pudding and you start a brawl that might last for weeks or months or get you banned. Depends who the moderators are. 715 zone, knuckle pudding, everyone laughs about it. But the old Jeep people, ooh, don't talk about knuckle pudding, that's bad. And knuckle pudding is pretty much when you take gear oil and grease and mix it together inside so it won't leak out. Because the felt seals don't seal. And knuckle pudding doesn't leak out. You still get lubrication for your steering knuckles and your U-joints. So, or the Miata pinch weld height. That seems to be a big topic of argument on some of the websites, especially the ones in England for the Miata. I think it's Miata World, whatever. I think it's great. If you have a flat surface that's known to be flat and level, and you have some way to measure. I use this. I think this is a great way to measure. So I got one for the back, so I can get side to side. Instead of reset it, I just have one for the rear, one for the front. And this thing's supposed to have a 5 millimeter rake down in the front. I have 0 rake. So I need to lower the front more than I'm going to lower the rear. Anyway, pinch weld height. I'm going to check my tire pressure, make sure they're all the right spot before I go setting height, because that does matter. And then I'm going to set my ride height by adjusting the coilover on the shocks, get it set, and then I'm going to do alignment things. And yes, I'm going to talk about my alignment lift, alignment stuff, and about these swing down, stabilize your legs, and all the stuff that go with that. Oh yeah, if anybody has a manual or something about how these things are supposed to be serviced, please let me know. Because this one moves great. The one in the other corner, that ball pops out and the spring comes out. And the deck has been a little bit here. I need to figure out how to do it, because this one's nice and loose and flops around. But I'll show you that in a different video. Today was controversial subject of pinch weld height for a Miata and how to measure how tall your vehicle is. And yes, technically I should be doing it with me in it. And I don't have 225 pounds to put in the driver's seat. But I could figure something out and set my height there. How precise do you want to be? So that's what I got to figure out. I'm just going to get it close, front and rear, to the 130 millimeter setting. And that's going to bring my camber. I'm going to get more negative camber front and rear. So then I have to readjust everything. It's going to also mess the toe up. So I got to readjust the camber and then caster and then set the toe. So I'll do all that stuff with the car as we go along in a few days. But I just wanted to touch on measuring pinch weld height. If you have something that is fixed and repeatable, because yeah, you can't really hold this down there because yeah, it looks close. No. And this, you get the curve and you're looking at single millimeter. This gets it right on. So I can make a little bit of adjustment, and now I'm hitting. A little turn that way. Exactly. I can get exact. So I can get side to side with just a, nope, not there yet. Anyway, hope this helps somebody. Thank you for watching.